Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marana YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about procedure for starting and stopping of a refrigeration plant. Then how to start and stop a refrigeration plant. Let's discuss about this topic in detail. So to start, we have to check the oil level in the compressor, open the condenser cooling valves and close the drain cock. And after this we have to start the cooling water pump. First we have to check the oil level in the compressor and open the condenser cooling valve. We have to close the drain cock and start cooling water pump. Open the refrigeration system valves except the compressor suction valve. Ensure that compressor discharge is open. We have to ensure that open the all refrigeration system valves are open except the compressor suction valve, and ensure that compressor discharge valve is open. And start blower and put the solenoid valve in auto. Start the blower and put the solenoid valve in auto. Check power supply to the compressor and solenoid valve. We have to check the power supply to the compressor and solenoid valve. Now open suction valve of the compressor and start the compressor. Now we have to open suction valve of the compressor and we have to start the compressor. Now we have to open suction valve of the compressor and we have to start the compressor. Okay. Starting means we have to check the oil level in the compressor, open the condenser cooling valve, close the drain cock, start cooling water pump, open all the refrigeration system valves except the compressor suction valve, and ensure that compressor discharge is open. Start blower and put the solenoid valve in auto. Check power supply to the compressor and solenoid valve. Now open suction valve of the compressor and start the compressor. Okay. We have to observe the system for any abnormal operation for a 10 minutes before putting into auto mode. We have to put that blower before putting into this system into auto mode. We have to check the any abnormal operation. And system generally operates automatically once started. If the temperature in the room rises, solenoid valve open and then refrigerant flows through the evaporator through expansion valve. Okay, the system generally operates automatically once started. If the temperature in the room rises, solenoid valve opens and the refrigerant then flows through the evaporator through expansion valve. As the refrigerant flows through evaporator, compressor suction pressure also begins to rise. Okay, when the refrigerant flows through evaporator, then compressor suction pressure will also begin to rise. This suction pressure is sensed by IPCO, which cut in and cut off the high pressure setting by start of the compressor. Okay, low pressure cut off. This is suction pressure is sensed by low pressure cut off, which cuts in cut off high pressure setting and start the compressor. Okay, that means the system generally operates automatically once it started. If the temperature in the room rises, the solenoid valve open and refrigerant then flows through the evaporator through expansion valve. As the refrigerant flows through the evaporator, the compressor suction pressure begin to rise. So the low pressure suction valve, low pressure cut off, which will cut off its high pressure setting and start the compressor. When the intended cold temperature is reached, the thermostat closes the solenoid valve. When the intended cold temperature is reached, the thermostat will close the solenoid valve. Compressor continue running. That means unloading the cylinder until the suction pressure is low enough to actuate low pressure cutoff. That means LPCO. When the set pressure is reached, the IPCO switch stops the compressor. Okay. Then the compressor will continue running, unloading the cylinder until suction pressure is very low enough to actuate low pressure cutoff. When the set pressure is reached, LPCO switch stop the compressor. Okay. We can observe system for any abnormal operation for 10 minutes before putting the system in auto mode. The system generally operates automatically once started. If the temperature in the room rises, the solenoid valve opens and the refrigerant then flows through the evaporator through the expansion valve. As the refrigerant flows through the evaporator, compressor suction pressure begins to rise. This suction pressure is sensed by IPCO, which cuts in at high pressure setting and starts the compressor. When the intended cold temperature is reached, the thermostat closes the solenoid valve. Compressor continue running, unloading the cylinder until suction pressure is low enough to actuate low pressure cutoff. When the set pressure is reached, the low pressure cutoff switch stops the compressor. Stopping means refrigeration plant cut in and cut off automatically here because below procedure of manual stopping. So refrigerant plant cutting and cut off automatically by the procedure of manual stopping. We have to close the discharge valve of the condenser. When the compressor suction pressure below set point, compressor will be cut off by low pressure cutoff. When the compressor suction pressure is below set point, compressor will be cut off by low pressure cutoff. When the compressor suction pressure comes up, it will run for some time and cut off. Let it do the same process 2 times and allow the word refrigerant in condenser. Then close suction and discharge valve of compressor and switch off the breaker. For stopping means refrigeration plant cut in and cut off automatically here below the procedure of manual stopping. Okay, here we are discussing about here usually refrigeration plant they will cut in and cut off automatically. So we will discuss about manual stopping. We need to understand that refrigeration cut in once you start when you set to automatic mode, so they will cut in and cut off automatically. So for manual stopping, we have to close discharge valve of condenser. We have to close discharge valve of condenser, and when compressor suction pressure below set point compressor, when suction pressure below set point compressor, then it will cut off by low pressure cutoff. Okay, when the compressor suction pressure come below set point compressor, then do you see LPCA low pressure cutoff they will automatically cut off. When the compressed suction pressure come up, it will run for some time and cut off. Let it do the same process 2 times and allow more refrigerant in the condenser. When the compressed suction side pressure comes up, it will run for some time and cut off, and let it do the same process 2 times and allow the more refrigerant in the condenser. And after this, close the suction and discharge valve of compressor. Then we will close the suction and discharge valve of compressor and then switch off the breaker. Thank you.